Good morning and welcome to Roundtable. My name is Dylan. We're here with Eric De La Cruz, Mr. Copeland, and Chloe. Today's conversation will be about whether or not college is worth it. So I'm going to start off with you, Chloe.
Um, I'm personally very neutral about the idea of college, but I think personally it's a very expensive thing to do, and it's also it sometimes it doesn't always get you where you need to be in life.
Interesting.
I think
Yeah.
the thing to keep in mind is that it's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
That going to college, particularly based on whatever it is that you study, can potentially give you more opportunities, but it doesn't guarantee you any level of success.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah. So do you have any experience or do you know anybody who has been like swayed one way or the other about whether or not it is worth it? That makes you think that college is expensive and might not always be worth it.
So, I personally in my life I have people who I know that have not gone to college and who have been very successful. Both my parents went to tech school and they have ended up very successful in life. So I believe that college may not always be worth it. It could be if that's your choice. But I find that some alternative options are better than college.
Yeah, I feel like having like a second option is a good idea because like you're going to college for experience and to learn new things, and you can do that through other things. Like if you join the army, I know you can get good experience through there, and you can like transfer your job in the army to the world outside of the army, and then that helps you like it will be in your resume as much as it would be on like from college, and you will get a good job based on that. And the good thing about being in the military is you already know what you're doing, so you just continue to do that. You get benefits, and I mean, if you do really at the end of the day want to go to college, they'll help you pay for it, and like it was always like a good idea to have something extra that you want to do, you know.
So going off of what Eric just said, we've established that college has a possibility or the potential to help you in your life, whoever decides college will benefit them in their career or a field they'd like to enter. It could make them more money or it could just make them reach people they normally wouldn't be able to. With colleges being more commonplace of a pathway to go down for kids nowadays, being more accessible, do you think that colleges raising prices of tuition impacts whether or not the students would benefit really good from going to a bigger school or staying local?
Again, it depends on what you're studying, what is it, what field you're interested in. I mean, some schools or some particular majors are only offered at certain schools, and so you don't really have a choice but to go to that big school with all those different options. But otherwise, I would say don't get caught up in the name. Don't get caught up in the size of the college. Don't get caught up into this is Ivy League or whatever. Like ultimately that really doesn't matter much in most businesses or most professions. It matters what you learn. What matters, with doing internships, work study, getting that experience while you're in college as opposed to what college you go to. That's really more important. I also want to make the distinction of four-year college, getting your bachelor's and then going on to get your master's and so on. The difference between that and going to a tech school, going to Dell Tech, for example. I am all about everyone at least doing that, getting a 2-year degree or some kind of license or certification. I feel like that's necessary or essential for everyone to be successful, and it's going to be less debt. Whereas if you are thinking of four-year college, you should have probably a better idea of something else that requires it. Don't just go to four-year college just because people say you should, but go there because whatever it is that you're interested in, it's necessary for you to go to that four-year college.
What do you think that students who choose not to go to college, either going to a four-year college or going into a tech college, they just don't like the idea of more school? Do you think that there's more of a gap between how far they can go and be successful in life without going to school?
I mean, what do you think? I mean, knowing people who may have gone to college and may not have gone to college, I mean, what do you think about those different pathways?
I feel like regardless of what you take, you're always gonna be able to get somewhere you wanna be at, and like all you gotta do is work hard. And honestly, like I know people that like have gone to college and they're at the same level as somebody that has not gone to college. Maybe even like they have a business and they own their business because they started like at a younger age. And like I feel like going to college is like a great thing, but at the same time, it takes a lot of money. It takes time, and the time that you invest in college, yeah, you gain it back in the future. But if something goes wrong and you gotta change your major or something like that, it will affect you a little bit. As rather as like getting into like a business right away or like doing something different, you can start off like with nothing, and you're also having like a 50-50. Like either you're gonna do good or you're gonna do bad. But if you do good, you're at the end of the day, you're gonna like already be starting making money, and then you eventually like can get where you want to be, because all you need is experience, in my opinion, and like just believe in yourself and just not don't give up, I guess.
I am glad that you mentioned like changing majors though, because my wife got her degree, her bachelor's degree in Bible studies, and she doesn't do anything with that. Like she's, you know, like personally it helps her, but professionally, you know, she has done nothing with that. She has gone on to, you know, she went to Warwick Community College, you know, and got a nursing degree. You know, and so that's what she does professionally is nursing. So again, that first degree, a lot of times you end up doing something completely different. And I don't feel like she, you know, she believes that she wasted her time, you know, getting that Bible studies degree. But it just goes to show that there are no guarantees, and you may change your mind, get other interests, realize that there's something else that you would rather do with your life, and that other thing might not require 4-year college. It may only require 2 years, you know, of training, certification, licenses, like I mentioned earlier.
And I feel like also like school is not for everybody. Like
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like there's people that are gonna be really good at school, like they're gonna be on their classes, they're gonna have good grades. But then there's other people that are gonna be better at like working with their hands, doing other jobs, and like coming to school is not something they're interested in. So therefore, like other jobs out there will help them out better, rather than them being like, oh, I gotta go to school and like not even like being 100% of something. Because if you're not 100% into something, you're gonna struggle, and then that struggle is gonna like get into their head, and then eventually they're just gonna be like, yeah, I gotta drop out, and then all the progress they had is just gonna be gone, rather than like doing your own thing and like knowing that you're gonna be doing that no matter what, and you're willing to do it every day.
Jenny, great topic. What would you say, in terms of a student dropping out of college, do you think that society views that as very negative, as if they might have done something wrong, even though to them personally it could have been more of a benefit than a negative?
Personally, I do think that society does view it as a negative, but that's not everybody. There's pools everywhere of people, all different personalities, and so I think that even if it did benefit them, that's a good thing, and they should do. Everybody's their own individual person, and they should go and do what they think is right with their life.
And something I'd like to add to this whole conversation is that I think going to college, and if you turn out having a career in what you studied, I think that's a good thing. But society is a lot more vast, and there's tons of opportunity outside of school. And in order to function properly, we need people that go to trade school, people who are doctors, and people who are ambitious and want to think outside the box and try new things. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, but I think it's better as a society to encourage people to go down a path that is comfortable for them, not encouraging them to go to that going to school because that's the correct pathway to go down, or because society views nurses or other essential workers as there's not much growth in what you can achieve just doing that.
No, I agree with you, and I think that it was good that you mentioned that society does need to encourage people to comfortably go into a field that they think is right for them. And I also thought that it was good that you brought up the idea that, you know, we need people like essential workers, nurses, doctors, lawyers, etc.
I always think of one of the most popular and one of the most brilliant people actually dropped out of college, and that's Steve Jobs. So Steve Jobs went to college because he was expected to go, and his parents had saved up money in order to put him through college. And after that first year, he realized that it was just going to be too much of a financial strain on his family. And it really didn't go with what he wanted to do with his life anyway. Right from early ages, he knew that he wanted to do something in tech. And he figured going to college wouldn't really do much for him in that field.
Yeah.
And so he dropped out, and he famously gave a speech at Stanford, a graduation speech at Stanford, and talked about the irony of him being, you know, a college dropout and yet talking at one of the most prestigious colleges,
Yeah.
talking at one of the most prestigious colleges in the entire world. Obviously, not all of us are going to be Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
Not all of us
course.
don't have the capacity, you know, to do what he did, but it just goes to show that in some cases you really do need college if you can afford it, and there are opportunities, there's money available that a lot of people don't know about. So there are opportunities to go to college if you need it, but in many cases to be successful you don't necessarily need that 4-year college.
Yeah, I think that regardless of what society thinks, you shouldn't mind much attention to it, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be doing the job, and whatever you were doing, you gotta have to love it in order for you to do it. And if you don't love it, you're gonna struggle through it. But I feel like you gotta pick whatever you wanna do and just stick with it. And like, regardless of what people are gonna say, some people you're not always gonna have people happy. Like, you're not always gonna make people happy. It's like always gonna be somebody out there that's gonna be like, oh, that's not good for you, but that's their opinion, and they have a different job than you. So everybody in the world fills up a different role, and like, regardless what it is, it could be the lowest job or the highest job, we still need it, and the world still needs that job to happen in order for the world to continue going.
Yeah, so the question of whether or not college is worth it or not is really complicated, and it's very personalized to the individual and how they see themselves contributing to other people, their community, and the rest of society, because people who go to college are valued in the education that they've received, but so are all the people who labor day and night to help keep our cities and country running.
Thank you for tuning into Roundtable today, and thank you to our guests, Eric and Mr. Copeland. Stay tuned for the next episode, and let's go to the next segment.